Hi, Rob here from Robabo2 on eBay sales. Just using this. The bopper is a fire piston, part of it. I wanted to show you today how to make char cloth. Really easy process. I made some earlier already, and we're going to show you how that it works in the fire piston in a second. But I'm going to supply these Altoid cans as long as I can with the kits I sell. We just put the char cloth in there and it is made. We're going to show you how to do it in a little bigger can. I got to make some for the fire pistons that I sell, so I use a big Irish cut oats can. You could use a paint can if you burn it out. What you need to do is put a little hole on the top and on the bottom. Those are probably about a 16th to maybe a 32nd. Inside the tin I just have squares of a cotton t-shirt I cut up. This one was just an old white one I had. You could use jeans, you can use lamp wick. It's got to be 100% cotton though. You don't want any other polyester or anything in it, or else it'll just melt. What we're going to do is make sure that this is really on good and tight, because if the lid pops off while you're making it or right after you make it until this cools down, you won't have char cloth anymore, you'll have ashes. So we're going to put this in the fire. This was a fire we made a little while ago with a fire piston in the first video, and you're going to be able to see in a second or two the smoke that starts to come out of this can. I showed my buddy at work, Dave, how to do this, and he was simply amazed. He's got a fire piston from me. I don't know how often he uses it, but I do these things as a hobby. I have fun doing it. I had to change out of my brain tan stuff. I was making my tea and I spilled it on myself and spilled it all over my gear, so I changed into some of this. But wear what you want. I started doing this stuff about 5 years ago just as fun. I wanted to see if I could do it. I'd read about it, and you know, it was a challenge. I'd read stuff and then I'd go out and say, can I do it? And I would try it, and you know, trial and error. I'm trying to take some of that out of this for you. As you can see, there's smoke that's starting to come out of the holes here and here. And what that is doing is burning the cloth without starting it on fire. So you're going to want that to stay in the fire until that smoke stops. Then pull that container out. Right after that, let it cool down. If you open it while it's hot, I'm going to tell you, it'll burst into flames. I've done it before. Right after you get it out of the fire though, let it cool. After that, you have char cloth. So we're going to go, I'm just going to pull this out because I usually like to watch it to make sure that lid doesn't pop off. And you can pull it out and start it over again. All you're doing is charring the cloth. And the first thing, we got our fire piston here. I am going to just put a little Vaseline on the O-ring. And then we have our char cloth that we just made in a can. There's no holes in the top of this can because it's got enough airflow in it. It's a loose fitting top, so as long as you see the smoke coming out, you're good. Just make sure you let it cool before you open it. I tore off a little bit, probably a half a piece. I've got it in the cup here. You can get a nice big piece in here. That's why I like these better. The small fire pistons, they all work, but I find that you get just a little piece, and this gives you a little bit more to work with when you're starting a fire, as you saw in the first video. So let's see if this char cloth works. You want the char cloth to be completely black, no brown spots in it. The heavier you get, like denim cotton, the longer it takes to char. But there it goes, it works. And again, then you would just use the needle that I supply with a kit, and you would pull that out and put it in your tinder bundle. Needle can also be used in an emergency to sew your clothes. I generally wrap thread around the top. What that does is every once in a while the O-ring wears out and becomes a little loose in the tube. In an emergency, if you were out of O-rings, you could take this thread, take the O-ring off, wrap it underneath to bulk it up a little bit, put it back on, and away you go. Also, the thread can help you to sew your clothes, or in a real emergency you might be able to put some stitches in yourself. So that's it for today. How to make char cloth. This is Rob from Robabo2 on eBay. The clothes you saw me wearing before were brain tan. I do sell brain tan hides on eBay on occasion. As I get them out, I try to smoke them in pairs so that they have a matching set, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.